Hey everybody, welcome back to On the Ring Apron. I'm Steve.
And I'm Kia.
And guess what? It is finally time for Wrestlemania. All talk's over, all storylines are set. It's finally time for it to go down less than 24 hours from now. Thank you for joining us this evening on what is going to be a very special two-part episode, starting with right now On the Ring Apron, our usual 10:15 show, and we open with an announcement.
Okay, so I wanted to go ahead and make this announcement known. We actually have had a friend of mine who's had her nephew in the hospital for 119 days. As you all know, if you do the math, it is 4 months. His name is Lucas, and he was in the hospital for 4 months in NICU with a lot of things going on. I'm not going to go into it, but I want to tell the family, enjoy this time, love on them, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends, family, but what I'm saying is stay safe and keep him in and just love on him. So with that being said, to that family, to the Thompsons, just hug on that precious baby.
As we've been harping on it for weeks on end. You guys got to make sure you're staying safe out there because we want you guys being able to be with us here every single week. So much love to that family. We want you guys staying safe. Enjoy our shows that we bring to you every week. We're happy to be here. We're happy you guys are watching us. So let's have a good time. So let's move on to happier matters. First of all, as you guys were aware through all of our posts and whatnot throughout the week, we're gonna do our weekly show here, and then discussions about WrestleMania here in just a little bit. And our next show, the premiere of our new show, Top Rope Spoilers. Thank you very much for making your votes count, and it's being premiered again immediately following this show. As soon as we're done here, so we're going to do a real quick recap of what we saw this week. Monday Night Raw, pretty much what you've been seeing the last couple of weeks. A couple of nice, nice back and forths. A couple of matches. Paul Heyman putting out one hell of a promo as he does. I've said before and now I'll say publicly, please, I want him at my funeral. Hopefully that's a long time from now, but he's still going to be alive because that man's never going to die, and I want him to work my funeral. To get that one set up for his match between Brock Lesnar and Drew McIntyre.
I will try to make that work, but you have to give me the money before this happens.
I bet you he ain't cheap neither.
Yep.
NXT ended up being, as been the case as of late, the show of the weekend. Doing absolutely. Great setup of the gauntlet match for the women. Shotzi Blackheart really kind of making her name known here in NXT, but ultimately the victory going to Dakota Kai with basically a little bit of underhanded maneuver and whatnot, but ultimately she gets the final spot in the ladder match.
But do we expect any less from King Coda?
Well,
we've seen how she's been over the last couple of months.
Well, also you saw it where, she's been helping, getting the help from Reyna and, making her way in, but I even remember saying on our premiere episode here, how is it that Tegan got in, but Dakota didn't? But obviously that remedied itself. I think we've got a good 6-woman ladder match next week, although, again, a lot of people saying there's no Bianca,
Well, you know how I feel about that already, but we won't even go into that. That's a whole other subject.
Exactly. And then, of course, next week we not only get that women's ladder match that was supposed to be at TakeOver, but we also get, of course, the, whatever match you want to call it between Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. Gargano actually coming out on social media this week, clearly stating, each one of us has won 2, and you've won 2, I've won 2. # Johnny in 5. I can see that going a lot of different ways because it is not officially a takeover, no preview show for us, but we do have an opportunity to be able to make a prediction next week. Ciampa, Gargano, who you got?
I'm picking Gargano. Definitely. Underdog. To me, he screams underdog. You want to root for him. If you aren't backing him now, something's wrong with you.
I guess something's wrong with me then because I'm taking Ciampa.
Okay.
I think Ciampa has been, through hell and back. His neck surgery, his problem with his legs. He's primed for this. And Triple H made it very clear, do whatever you got to do. Get this out of your system. We're done with this after this. Shawn Michaels and I went through this for years. Y'all are too good of friends. Y'all are too valuable to this company. Do whatever you got to do to get this out of your system, and then it's done when this is over. At least giving us the idea that, they're both going to be able to stick around in NXT, which is good for the brand.
I'm wondering where this whole, showdown's going to take place. Triple H said he was going to find somewhere, so I want to know where that is.
And then the main event being the triple threat match for the North American Championship. You've got Keith Lee, Dominik Dijakovic, and Damian Priest. Hey, we remembered his name this week.
Yes, we
did.
did.
You know, hey, I didn't have to wear a T-shirt, but I got a feeling one may be on its way soon. But either way, good match all the way around. All three of them putting on a fantastic show with Keith Lee getting the win.
Yep, that's great.
You know, you got to continue to bask in the glory for now, but you know, we will. We'll see how much longer it goes, but they've obviously done a great job of building Keith Lee ever since Survivor Series this past November. You know, and then they've got him as the North American champion. Really, the title, in my opinion, is only coming off of him when they're ready for him to make the next step to the NXT champion.
Well, I see it being soon, honestly. With as good as he is, for who he is, and how long it's taken him to get here, I think he's going to do it. He's going to do wonders.
Well, he's also based his entire mantra on the fact that, you know, I'm a big guy, I'm a hefty guy, but there's no move I can't hit. There's nothing I can't do. You've seen him do moonsaults, you've seen him do stunners, you've seen him do spears, you've seen him do jackhammer slams. I mean, it doesn't matter what you got, Keith Lee can do it.
I feel like he's unstoppable. It's pretty much, because I'm a big boy don't mean I can't do it. So
That's right. So NXT once again putting on the show of the night, or show of the week, and then SmackDown tonight, a very good, nice setup. You got a triple threat: Naomi, Lacey Evans, Tamina. You kind of knew Tamina was going to have to win that match. You've got to try to set her up with some kind of momentum, make her a legitimate threat to be able to be a contender in this match coming up tomorrow or Sunday for the SmackDown
just
title.
In general, she. Have you ever seen her smile once? She intimidates me.
She sure smiled tall. After she kicked the head off everybody tonight.
She really did. She's tall. She's scary. That leather. I don't get it. But either way, I think they did that tonight.
Yeah, and you know, and also if anybody who hasn't seen it, Kia, right here on our page, go back and look through some of our older photos from last year's WrestleMania. She cosplayed as both Lacey Evans and as Tamina. So 2 out of 3. The third one, maybe in the future. We'll see.
We'll see.
But you know, we'll get a chance to go back, look at those. She looked fantastic in all of them. So take a minute to go back, take a look at those at your convenience. You know, continuing to set up, of course, the official announcement tonight of Roman Reigns now being pulled from WrestleMania. You know, all our support out to you. We 100% support the decision and understand the reasoning in these times.
Yep.
Now being replaced with Braun Strowman. We're not going to go into the details of that match because that's for our next show. So that was done. And then, of course, the great segment right at the very end with The Fiend, you know, staring down John Cena only for Bray to appear and scare the living mess out of him.
Okay, let's not forget John Cena, you know, outside of The Rock, let's go ahead and put it, he is a great promo person. The Rock, John Cena, The Miz, those are my top 3. But he did a great promo. It scared me. I'm not going to even lie. You saw me jump when I said, okay, there's Fiend, and then Bray shows up right behind him. It's like you showing up behind me around the house.
Which I do quite often. For a large guy, I apparently move rather quietly. So.
You got swift Indian feet.
Okay, let's not get sued here tonight.
I'm just saying.
Either way, you know, in the transition, but, you know, what storyline could we be able to go into if we didn't discuss, finally, the vignettes that have been showing up in the little backstage lights. We had a viewer on here bring it up last week. Finally revealing the first step of what's likely going to be a number of things. The truth will be revealed. Finally, the whole storyline between Otis, Dolph, Mandy Rose, finally getting some context and everything else, and it's exactly who we said it'd be. It's Sonya.
Well, I kind of pinpointed it, a couple of weeks ago when
you did.
She and Mandy were having a conversation, and Mandy just kind of looked at her like she was kind of, you know, ooh, something going wrong. Either way, what shall be done in the dark comes to light, and it sure did tonight.
It always does. And you look at it, and it's weird because they had a particular backstage video where they said, you know, where she was talking with Dolph, and she said, I'm going to get what I want, and you're going to get what you want. Well, what Dolph wanted was pretty obvious. You know, he's going to get dates and, you know, get to spend time with Mandy. Here's the transition, though. What did Sonya want? What is she wanting out of all this? There's no titles. There's no storyline unless, you know, what is it she's wanting? What is she wanting?
Maybe, if you think about it, the whole storyline where her and Mandy were dating, or is dating, or are together, you know, kind of the you know.
So the whole idea in your mind is she just needed Otis out of the picture, so that way,
so she used Dolph as a pawn to get Otis out of the picture, which in turn I really think that's the most underhanded, sneaky. That's supposed to be your girl. You ain't supposed to be doing stuff like that.
Well, how is that going to lead into their match for WrestleMania? Hey, we're going to find out here in a few minutes. But, we've got, at this point, I want to just kind of, from both of us who go to WrestleMania, okay, no one outside of probably the roster themselves was more disappointed about the fact that WrestleMania is not going to happen live this year, okay? We fully expected when we came up with the idea to start running these shows on a weekly basis that we'd be holding this one probably from the inside of our car outside of the Amalie Arena in Tampa instead of doing it, here at our filming location. Obviously we're disappointed. Everything's, being filmed ahead of time. We've done everything in our power to avoid spoilers. But this breaks a streak for us. We had been to 8 WrestleManias in a row, 9 out of the last 10. And, had all the tickets bought, everything was there, hotel was set up. So no one, is obviously more disappointed than the fans themselves, other than the superstars who are missing out on the chance to have matches in front of fans. But
I'm
the reality, absolutely. And it's one of those because it's all you heard on social media is the negativity of it. Not so much negative as in I'm mad about it, but negativity as in I'm disappointed about it. But at the end of the day, I need to remind everybody who's watching our videos and watching our shows each week, we're all fans. We all support this business. We all support WWE and everything that comes with. And the fact is, every person, let's call a spade, every person who sat here and said, I'm not going to watch WrestleMania, I'm not going to sit here and go through this, I'm boycotting, just be honest with yourself, okay? Every person who said that is going to pay their $9.99, or they're going to be stupid and pay $60 on pay-per-view. I don't know why.
I don't know, but
free if you're a new subscriber.
Okay,
free shout out WWE.
Yep.
But they're going to be in front of their TV just like we are. We got all our chores done. Our son got all his homework done for the week. Hey, we're in spring break mode, and it all starts with WrestleMania. So let's make sure that we're trying to do positive about this under the circumstances when everybody else, when sports went down, everything else. You had Major League Baseball, you had NFL,
MLS.
preseason, and the training camps and whatnot, the spring camp of college footballs, NBA, hockey, everything else, MLS, our Atlanta United guy, Mike, I see you down there.
Hi, Mike.
It's, Atlanta United. We breathe and bleed Atlanta United. And yet, we don't have that right now. But WWE, despite everything, chose to try to make this work. Now, whether that's going to continue on after WrestleMania, I don't know. Last episode, if you go back and watch it, we discussed the potential of a WWE offseason. That may be something that might be forced upon WWE with the state of Florida shutting down. I mean, we'll see how it goes.
If you shut down, you can't really put everybody at risk. We're trying to get rid of this whole nasty COVID-19 thing. We don't want to put the superstars or their families or anybody at risk with this.
I promised I wouldn't do it, but Kia, you got to say it. Please tell me what you were saying to everybody who's choosing not to follow this.
For the love of God, I've got to do this summer. Please keep your butts in your house. Please.
Stay in your house. We got stuff to do. We're missing shows right now. We're missing soccer matches. Stay at home, please. Okay? Let's get rid of this. Let's get done with this so that way we can get back to being fans, not just being fans watching on TV, but being fans at the arenas, being fans at stadiums, being fans at this. So that way when we get around to WrestleMania 37 in Los Angeles, which is now less than a year away, this is a long forgotten thought, and we can be able to transition into the next WrestleMania.
Yep.
And with that being said, I think that's the perfect transition. We said we'd keep this one short because we know what you guys are here for. You're here for the WrestleMania predictions straight from our mouths ourselves. So let's go ahead and let's hop to it. So we are going to go ahead and hop offline here real quick. Get yourself a glass of water. Get yourself something to eat. Get yourself a snack real quick. And
go to the bathroom.
Yep, because in about 5 minutes, we're going to be back from our secret preview prediction location. So we will be seeing you guys in a few minutes, and we're going to discuss WrestleMania 36. Y'all take care. We'll see you in a few.
Mwah, mwah.